Hey guys, have you ever heard the expression, give a person a fish and you'll eat for a day? Teach a person to fish and they'll eat for every day of their life? In this video series, the KWRC team, me, Sarah,
Connor,
I'm Leslie,
Hey, I'm Ben Whalen.
I'm Meg.
are going to teach you the basics of bait fishing and how you can get hooked on this cool sport.
Angling or fishing is a sport that can be enjoyed by anyone of almost any age or ability. There are many different ways to fish, but most simply, angling involves using a hook on the end of a line, which the angler casts or throws into the water with hopes that a fish will bite the hook and get caught. The angler then works to pull the fish out of the water by pulling the line with the help from a stick-like piece of equipment called a rod and a reel. If the fish you catch is a type or species that is good to eat or big enough size for you to keep, then you can take it off the hook, clean it, and cook it for supper. But what if you don't like to eat fish? Or you catch a fish that isn't good to eat or isn't big enough to keep? That's a great question. You can enjoy the activity of fishing without ever keeping a fish. For some people, this is all they wish to do, and that is okay. It's actually a really great way to enjoy the sport because it means more fish can continue living in the rivers to make even more fish. Fishing without keeping the fish you catch is called catch and release or conservation angling. Catch and release angling uses techniques that make it safer for a fish to be caught with little to no injury from a hook. This usually is done by using a barbless hook, which makes it easier to catch and release a fish without killing it. Some rivers in New Brunswick only allow catch and release fishing in order to protect some species of fish that are at risk of being overfished, such as Atlantic salmon. In New Brunswick, there are two fishing seasons, a general summer season and an ice winter season. In the Kennebecasis watershed, most people fish during the general season, which runs from April to September each year. People of all ages can fish, but people who are 16 years of age or older are required by law to have a fishing license that they can bring with them when they go fishing, even if you don't catch any. Children under the age of 16 can go fishing without a license, but if they are accompanied by an adult, the adult cannot touch the rod or help you unless they have a license. Fishing licenses must be renewed each year and can be purchased online, through government offices, and at some of your local businesses such as hardware and other stores that sell fishing gear. The sale of these licenses puts money back into programs that will keep fish populations and the fishery healthy. In the Kennebecasis watershed, anglers usually fish using two different methods, bait fishing and fly fishing. Fly fishing is a fun angling technique where you use a special rod and hook that is decorated to look like a fly that you flick back and forth over the water to imitate the movement of a fly flying in the air and then landing on top of the water. If there is a fish there and if it sees this fly, it may come to the surface and try to eat the fly and get hooked on your line. Fly fishing is harder to learn than bait fishing and takes a lot of practice to get good at. We offer beginner fly fishing workshops to adults and teenagers if you would like to learn how to do it when you are a little older. Bait fishing is when you use a simple rod with a line that has a sharp hook on the end that you can bait with food that fish like to eat, or something artificial that looks like food to them, to entice them to bite your hook. This is a popular and fun way to start your angling adventure, and this video series will focus on teaching you how to bait fish.
So this is the first of 7 videos in this series where we're going to teach you about bait fishing in the Kennebecasis watershed. Check out our next video where we take you on a tour of the watershed and show you some of the cool things the KWRC team does to keep this watershed healthy and clean. To help you try to remember all the information in this video so that you don't forget anything when you go fishing, check out the link in the description to our worksheet that you can fill out and test out your knowledge.